Greetings, everyone. How are you guys doing? Today is Tuesday. Oh, what an incredible time that we are having right now. Mercury Retrograde started yesterday. If you guys recall, for those of you who follow me pretty regularly, I came in about 3 weeks ago and said that Mercury Retrograde was in its shadow. And now we are in Mercury retrograde for the next 3 weeks. Mercury began its retrograde at the 22nd degree of Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is the energy that governs our faith. Sagittarius is a fire energy. It's mutable fire. So mutable fire means that it's a rapid changing energy. It's not fixed. It's not, I'm sorry, let me get myself more comfortable. Got these cats sitting under me. It's not a fixed energy. It's a very rapidly changing energy. And with Mercury there, Mercury is the mind and how we think. So you might be experiencing, a lot of mental activity, a lot of overthinking, yesterday when Mercury was turning retrograde, I was very edgy. Like every time my cats came near me, I felt like I was screaming at them, like, get away from me. And then I would be like, I would say to myself, why do you have to scream? Right. It was because the fire of Sag. It's a very, intense, rapid kind of energy. And so with Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius, we're going to be having a lot of changes. Things are going to be shifting quite rapidly. So if you have been working on things in your life and feeling stuck, that energy is going to shift. So the thing to do is to focus, which is not the easiest thing to do right now. So how do you focus when the energy is changing so rapidly? How do you not find yourself going from one feeling or thought or, to the next, like that, right? You write things down. Write it down. Like write down your intention and read it over and over and over again. So when things show up that distract you or call you away from your focus, you can get back to your focus. Carry a totem with you, something to remind you of what you're up to. Wear something on your wrist or something that reminds you of your intention, because there are going to be so many things that are like, I want that, that'll take your attention and that'll take your attention. And so, but you don't want to do that. You want to be focused. And Sagittarius is not the most focused energy, and it's not the most focused with Mercury either. Sagittarius is an adventurous energy. And, so one of the things you also can do is create narratives that you can repeat over and over and over again. So I will remind myself, I am the magic. I am the power. I am the source. I am the creator. I am the reality. I am all that is. I am one with love. I love myself. Yesterday I started doing tapping, the EFT tapping, where I'm, even though I was feeling so, Mercury right now is in a square with my Pluto, and I was feeling death. And I've been working with astrology for years, and I have Pluto conjunct my sun. And when I was really young, I would often have thoughts of leaving the plane, leaving this planetary system. But as I've gotten mature, I understand that that's just a part of my psyche experience. It's a part of my blueprint to have these deaths. And yesterday I felt it, and I was like, oh my God. Literally, I was like, I heard myself saying, I'm having a feel like a suicidal feeling. And I've had them so much my entire life. And yesterday I was like, oh, okay, so death is here. We're having a death. Okay, great. So I just kept going. I just kept allowing myself to realize, like, oh, I'm dying. Like, oh, let me practice dying. Let me practice, releasing. Let me practice allowing myself the experience of death, just like Monday dies in order for Tuesday to be born. Just like, when you're 13, there's an aspect of you that dies in order for the 14-year-old part of you to be born. Like, we are in a constant experience of life and death. And so I will narrate these things rather than holding them on the inside. Like I feel it, but then I will narrate it so that I'm clear about what I'm doing. Because yesterday, if I had not narrated the feeling of death, I would have, I could have fallen into like a depression. I could have fallen into like something that was like, oh, woe is me. But I didn't. I was just like, oh, death is here, right? So I narrated it and I did ritual around it and burned a candle and, did some tapping to just remind myself that, yes, it's okay to shed. It's okay to shed this old way of being. It's okay to honor this release. It's okay. You're safe to allow yourself to have this experience of a dying that is occurring. It's accurate and you're safe and you're okay. So as Mercury is retrograding in Sagittarius, Sagittarius is about our faith. It's about your belief. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is currently opposite Sagittarius in Gemini, its sister sign, and Gemini governs the mind. Sagittarius governs the practices that connect you to the divine. The thing that's fascinating about this stuff, I just love it so fucking much, is that everything here is mind. Everything here is thought. And if I've been doing this work for a really long time, and I'm finally getting to the point because of one of my dear friends who just loves me so much. And she's like, you can't afford those thoughts, Monique, because you have all this mercurial energy. You can't afford to say things that you don't really want to experience. So I do my best to monitor saying things like, oh, this is hard. Or I'm very intentional about my language because it's coming into existence. If I've said it, it's on its way. So with Jupiter in Gemini, and Gemini is the mind, it's your thought. And everything here is mind. This is a mental reality. Everything here is the mind. So what we are thinking, you really want to streamline your mindset and understand that your mindset is creating your experience. You cannot get away from yourself because your mind is everywhere you go. And so if you can begin to encourage yourself to believe in yourself and to have faith in yourself and to trust yourself and to know that, I think the thing that has been, interesting in my own experience is that I have had an experience of waiting for the 3D reality to change in order for me to believe that what I feel or think is real. And that's not it at all. Literally, I don't need any evidence any longer of what it is of what my powers are, of what my gifts are, of how I'm functioning or how powerful my mind is. I don't need evidence. There was a time when I would go, okay, like I would have a thought or a connection to my higher self, because that's what Sagittarius is. The Sagittarius are the practices that get you to your higher self. So there were times years ago when I would practice and go, well, if this is a real connection to the divine or to my ancestors, I want to see a hummingbird immediately, or I want to see a butterfly to confirm it for me so that my faith would be assured. Faith is a real thing. Faith is like breath. It's like sight. Faith is like food. Faith is like your flesh. Faith, you just can't see it, but faith is real, right? So faith is a function of your system, like your beating heart, like your kidneys. Faith is an active aspect of your humanity. And so Sagittarius rules faith, and we have Mercury in faith. So Mercury in Sagittarius opposing Jupiter. This stuff is so juicy right now because we are highly creative right now. highly creative. That's the thing. Like, I know I'm giving you guys all of this technical information. The technical information helps me get out of my story, and you might not have a relationship to it in the way that I do. But what I'm trying to tell you is that right now, your thoughts are highly creative. They are highly creative. Your narratives about yourself and others are highly creative. Your feelings are highly creative. Venus is in Capricorn. Venus is our sensory system, and Capricorn is the authority. So what you feel is the authority. What you feel is what it is. So there was a time when I would need to validate my feelings and my thoughts by something external, needing somebody else to agree with it, or needing spirit to give me affirmation. That time is over with, you all. We are moving into another rapid way of being human beings on the planet. So I encourage you, write things down, write them down, read them over and over again. Train your emotions. Train your emotions so that you are the dominant force in your emotions, and that you tell yourself how to feel. You tell yourself how to feel. I feel good. It feels so good to feel good right now. I feel happy. You tell it. You say it, right? Even if it's not so, you say it. I feel happy. I feel happy. It feels so good to feel happy. I feel happy when I'm breathing. I feel happy when I'm moving through my house. I feel happy when I put on a color that feels good to me. I feel happy, right? Like, you make it so, because that is the power that you have with your words, Jupiter in Gemini, and your practices. So, and it's like, oh, I feel happy. Then maybe you do a ritual, like you turn on some music and dance. That's a ritual that will activate the experience of happiness within you. And you activate it, and then the universe around you, within you, complies to your power. We've got to learn to use our power and function as we're meant to do. I have been doing a ritual for the last 6 months around moving. I just started packing my house up. I was like, I'm moving. I don't know how, but I'm moving. And I've started packing my house because I'm sending the signal that I know what it is that I desire, and I believe it, and I'm going to take actions in the way, even though I don't have all of the information. I'm just moving. So I bought myself some boxes. Y'all see my boxes over there. And I just started packing up my house. I just like, okay. And I've just started looking. I've just started looking for places that I want to live and visiting. And literally, it is unfolding. So Mercury will be in retrograde for the next 3 weeks, actually in retrograde. And then at the end of the year, the retrograde will be completely over, because it'll be 3 weeks of a shadow. But while Mercury is in retrograde, pay attention. If you think about the last 3 weeks of your life, the last 3 weeks, what things showed up. Now Mercury's retrograde, you're going to get 3 opportunities to deal with a similar experience. 3 opportunities. So the last 3 weeks, one of the things that I have been doing is I have been deconstructing the mind that I have that is transactional. And it's like where I'm constantly thinking about how much things cost, or what, this for that. And like, I just have no interest in functioning in the world that way any longer. I've been doing it all my life. It just doesn't work for me. And so now that Mercury's in Sagittarius is about faith, and faith is not transactional, right? So I've been breaking down, I've been deconstructing the transactional mind that I have been practicing since I was a child. And as I'm deconstructing it now, Mercury is retrograde in Sagittarius, which is about faith. And so now my thoughts, I have faith in my thoughts that they will manifest what they are meant to manifest. I'm no longer thinking I need to do this to get that, because that's what transaction is. Transaction is, if I do this, then this will happen. Now I just know that I am, and I have faith in my connection to the divine, and everything is working out for me. That's it. And I'm not doing that to get anything. I'm not doing it expecting a return on it, because faith says that my needs are met. I came with everything that I need. I am supplied. All, the divine is sourcing me because I am, because I exist, because that's how I love myself. And I am God in my life. And so I no longer need to function. If I do this, then this will happen. That's over with. And I'm reprogramming that during this Mercury retrograde, because this is how we use retrogrades. We use retrogrades to reprogram ourselves. That is how we do it. And I am so excited. I have been waiting for this opportunity to reframe my mindset into a new way of being. So with that, I'm for those of you who want to do readings, or if you just need support, coaching. It's not even about a reading. It's about coaching, because yes, I do readings, but really I'm a coach. and what I coach people in is how to use your energy in the way that best serves you. How to use your energy in the way that best serves you. And so that is what my work is at this time. Yes, the connection to the divine is the supply. Absolutely. So this is a great time. I feel amazing. I feel so amazing. And it's just, I'm so excited, because my life, my old reality has completely collapsed. I am living in the midst of an extreme experience of chaos. And I know that chaos is the beginning of order. And so I'm really excited, because I understand how things work. I know how this reality works. And I am allowing myself to be renewed from the inside out. Like I'm literally burning away an old way of being, because Mercury in Sagittarius is fire. So we can burn out our old mindsets, our old ways of being, and reinstall ourselves with a new way that is focused on faith, the spirit of adventure, playfulness, and excitement and enthusiasm. All right, y'all. Peace and blessings. If you need any support, I am the Moon Mama. You can check out my website at healwithmoonmama.com, and or you can send me a private message, and I will be happy to see how I can support you. Peace and blessings, everyone. Have a really beautiful day. Bye-bye.